Welcome back. LePavillion, Interment and Mausoleum offers funeral services and so much more in Grand Bahama. Here to tell us all about it is Nicole Johnson, owner of LePavillion and Mausoleum. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas Sunrise.
Good morning, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we here having big joke. Oh, I thought you was a restaurant and someone else thought you was a park. So
Yes.
it's dead early. So please forgive us. You're neither of those things.
No.
Please tell us about your funeral services business and why did you decide to go into this business?
Okay. Well, LePavillion is a multifaceted company. It has several services. One of our main services are plots and niche wall services where you have put the cremated bodies, as well as chauffeured services. And we are now getting into the headstones as well. Mm-hmm. And one of the reasons I decided, over the years, I've had a lot of loss. And so I always thought, even especially in Grand Bahama, that we could have more options. And so I wanted there to be another option so that persons will be able to choose, have a choice of where to go. And so one of my passions was just the service that we provide and making sure that during your difficult times, we are there to help you ease the burden.
Yes, and you use the perfect word there, service. Most persons don't recognize the level of service that goes into the type of business that you have. It's a sensitive time in persons' lives. It's some key or core memories being created for the family and for the friends. And so you really play definitely an important role in that family and in the healing process. And I like you said, you felt like Grand Bahama needed this and you wanted to serve your fellow Grand Bahamians. So tell us a little bit about the services that you offer. You began to mention that.
Okay, yes, we have double plots. The traditional burial usually are plots, which is the underground in-grave plots. We have double and single plots. We have a mausoleum wall, which holds niche spaces where you put your cremated remains in the urns. And that's two walls we have. And then we also do chauffeur services. Now, a lot of persons think our services are limited to funerals, but we also do weddings, graduations, anniversaries, anything you want to celebrate, we also celebrate that with you. And so we offer that first class red carpet treatment in that regard. And also a lot of places, again, giving options. We're now into making headstones. And so, we wanted to be different. We wanted to let people see that, it can be, it's a difficult time, but we are here to help guide you through it. Even in our advisory portion, what we do is give you advice on what is the best plot, how you plan your service, where the programs, a whole gamut of other things we do, as well as grief counseling.
Wow, grief counseling. Yeah, you definitely offer full service.
Yes,
and like you said, any reason to celebrate, and you guys are there ready to help. So
yes.
Tell us, how has your business been affected by COVID-19?
Oh, it was shut down just about the office. In particular, there was hardly any movement. And then also because of the fact the shipping, some of the things that when we began, it was a lot of issues and challenges trying to get our stuff in. But thank God we passed that hurdle. And, we are well on our way. We actually did one of our first underground burials a few weeks ago. And, it's just, our whole thing is service and to be there for those families who are grieving. A lot of times it's just stressful, and having to go here, having to go there. And we are really almost a one-stop shop.
That sounds great. Like you said, no one wants to, to have to think too much. And you sound like you're there to help guide people along the way
Yes.
and also counsel them through this difficult
Yes.
time.
Yes.
So tell us, how did the Access Accelerator help you make your vision a reality?
Well, I think it was 2018 when I heard the ad. Actually, Miss Blair Grant now. The call was made that they were offering classes, and then of course the grants. And that was a pivotal part of it, because even as a woman entrepreneur in this climate, you don't get that support financially from banks and a lot of the lending institutions. And I'm happy to say that they supported us, they backed us financially, and they made the way smoother, even in terms of transitioning to other financial institutions. They made the funding possible. And of course, even in their advice, post and pre and post advisory service, SBDC, the AA team, they have been my full supporters. They've been my advocates in the whole thing.
That's perfect. We've heard so many great stories about the Access Accelerator program and so many local Bahamian businesses that they have helped to get off the ground and get started, bringing people's visions to reality.
Yes.
Do you enjoy being an entrepreneur and owning your own business?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I think my background is financial and business oriented. And that just kept in line. This is really not my first business, but this is certainly the the bigger one in terms of the expansion and everything. But it just gives you a good feeling of ownership, and the fact that I can make a difference in my community, and in people's lives. That's what I wanted, to be able to touch the lives and make them better. And that gives me a good feeling.
Wow, you really sound like you're in the perfect business. And you keep saying service, 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 and you definitely have the personality for it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you say to persons who have a business idea but don't know what to do next?
Well, I suggest you go to SBDC. They are able to, even as small as you may think your vision is. Right. And if you have somebody who could be able to encourage you, to know that, this can be a reality. Mm-hmm. 2018, I would have never thought this would expand and explode to what it is today. I say, oh, well, maybe, I'll do something nice and all of that. But, that is not where the Lord actually led me to do, but with SBDC and the Access Accelerator, they really push you forward. And like I say, the biggest advocates, because when you reach some of those hurdles, or you have some challenges, or even when you doubt yourself, there are persons there who encourage you along the way, who, cheer you on. And, it's just, we're a family now. That's how it turned out to be, especially the groups here in Grand Bahama, and I just want to shout out to my biggest advocate, advisor, Charmaine Johnson. She has been stellar in my life. And in terms of standing by and holding my hand and saying, Nicole, you could do this. This can happen. You're going to break trends and records. And that's what we've been doing.
Yes, well, you've very well said, very inspirational. I'm so happy to hear your story and hear how the Access Accelerator program has helped you. I'd like to thank you, Nicole Johnson, owner of LePavillion and Mausoleum, for being up with us this morning, there early on a Friday. I still ain't wake up yet. I still didn't use a restaurant. I'm hungry. Thank you for joining us on the show.
But you could come to our niche wall.
There you go.
And we also have a gazebo, so whenever you're ready.
Perfect. You're watching Bahamas Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Thank you.